Well, hello everyone, and thanks for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner. In today's video, I want to show you a little organization tip. I'm constantly, just like a lot of us are, organizing our craft supplies and trying to figure out a better way to be able to reach those things that we want quickly. So I've got just this little envelope here. It says postage and mail. And I've got my postage stamps in little bitty bags by color. However, I've seen other people have them in like little folders similar to this. Now, this is what I have my labels in. Let me just back you out just a tiny bit. So I made this little book for labels, and it's efficient. It works. What I did is I glued vellum onto the pages, and it works quite nice, but it takes some time to cut these, glue them down, and I found something better that I'm going to share with you. I recently did this because I was just going through some of my crafting supplies, and I found that I had ordered these pockets. So this is what I have to hold my women and children. I need to add another little label because there's men in here now in this little folder, but it's got these nice little pockets that are pre-made that you can buy off of Amazon and just stick them to some of your scrapbook paper that is not so pretty, that you know you won't use them. So let me show you these things. Put these out of the way. Now here's some larger ones that I bought, and these were, I will link everything for you. They're plastic pockets, and they already have that little cutout there. Now these I will use similar to the ones that I have for the pictures of the women and what have you, because they're like 4x6. Then I bought another pack that had an assortment. Now these were a little bit more expensive, but I kind of wanted to see the size. It said 50 labels. Unfortunately, one of the little sheets didn't even have the label on it, and I thought they were a little bit high, but it was kind of nice to see the different sizes that are available. But I bought these specifically for my postage stamps. Isn't that just perfect? So anyway, let's create a little folder for postage stamps. So what I'm doing is scoring some paper that I will never use. It's just too cutesy. It's a Stampin' Up! Paper. It was called Snail Mail, so that's perfect for postage stamps, but it's just, I don't know, maybe it was even free. I don't know. It's just too cutesy for me, but it will make perfect paper for my postage stamp little folio. And by the way, I am no longer a demonstrator for Stampin' Up! It's a great company in that their products are good quality. I liked being a demonstrator. I never made any money. It didn't matter how much I posted things about what was available, catalogs. I just never made any money. So it was costing me more to stay a demonstrator than what it was worth. So this is 12 by 12 paper. What I'm doing is scoring it just under the 6-inch mark. I think that is 5 7/8. Then I am rotating it and scoring it at the same area, 5 7/8, and then that will give me a little bit of a gusset. And so then all you have to do is just fold your paper on both of those score lines. And it will, like I said, give us a little gusset. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find that little score line once you've done that one. So I'm going to work on folding all of these. Then I will be back with you guys, okay? There we go. I got them both, okay? I'll be back with you. So I have folded all of my papers, and I've kept them at the full 12 inches in height because when I stand them up, they will fit in my IKEA shelves, so it just gives me more room. So we have this nice little gusset spine area, and I'm gonna this time use my Japanese hole punch to punch my holes. So I thought I would insert a little video here talking about this Japanese screw punch. But before I do, my preference are these. These are the We Are Memory Keepers hole punches. This is the big bite, I think it's called. And they're very easy to use, but they can be a little bit pricey. As to where this one, if you're on a budget, this was, I think it's like $15 or $16, something like that, off of Amazon. I will link it in, but let me show you how it works. So you can unscrew this and change the size of the hole. You just pull the lid off. I believe it's 2 mil, 3 mil, or 4 mil. So if you want a bigger hole, you just slip that in and screw that on, put this on, and then use it as your hole punch. The other thing I did is you will notice when I do the little flip through of it after creating it, I had only punched 3 holes, but as I was working with it and putting in the stamps, it felt a little flimsy. So I cut the string that I had bound it with, added 2 more holes, and did a 5-hole pamphlet stitch as opposed to the 3-hole. And I will link down in the description box a video that I did on how to do the 5-hole pamphlet stitch. It's a little bit sturdier, and when I have a big project, that's the one I prefer. And like I said, I've just put them all together. I mean, I am using all of my ugly stuff here. I just kind of put it in the middle there. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to punch some holes. Did it go through all the way? Oh, wait. I don't think it did. I need to work on that a little bit more, but it's almost did. It almost did. Let's see here. It still hasn't. Huh. That's interesting. It's like it's almost to the edge. Oh, you know what? It maybe is too thick. Maybe I need to do... I'm going to mark a little hole there with a pen and go through it. It may not be it may be too thick. So anyway, let's just keep going here. So we'll go down here around about there. Hold it up. Yeah, it's not going through that last little bit. That's okay. And what I'm going to do is just take a pen. I think I'm going to take my green pen because that's blue paper that I can see through there. And I'm just going to mark where I need to drill some more holes. And hopefully I'll be able to see them. So let's just pull these off. Okay, that's good. That went through. It's just that last little bit. I'm not quite sure why. Ah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. It went through these, but not that last little bit. So I'm just going to pull these forward, line it up, and put it right back over. Of course, I could use my big crocodile. Let's see here. Okay, that one went through. This one just didn't, that last little bit. Yeah, that just last little hole, for some reason it didn't go through. There we go. Okay, they're all done. And so then I'm just going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch to secure them. And I'm pulling out all my ugly stuff. I will never in a journal, I will never use this in a journal. First of all, orange is not one of my favorite colors. It's probably my least favorite color. And this is like a neon color. So let's just use it up and not waste it. So Rachel taught me this little trick is she does not cut her thread so it's not wasted. She just leaves it looped onto the little holder there. So let's just go through. It's going to be easy peasy for this. Holes are big. That is ugly. Good thing I don't care what it looks like. Like I said, it's just for my craft room and to hold stamps so that I can see them and pull them out quickly. I don't care. It's a good way to use up, like I said, ugly paper. Well, ugly to me. Let me just clarify that. Okay, let's make sure this is on the other side. We'll pull it tight. Yeah, do you see how I didn't use up extra thread? That is so smart. Thanks, Rachel. I'm just going to tie it off. And that is a bound small little book for postage stamps. Now I'm sure you guys can figure out what I'm going to do next. That's going to make it very easy. It's a matter of basically gluing in these little things. But I will show you one little trick that I thought of. So when you peel them off and glue them, so we'll start on this first page here. Then you're going to see this background paper, and I want it to be white so that you see the postage stamp. So what you can do is pull all of these off, stick them on. I mean, it's so easy. I'm telling you, using that vellum to stick, it, you know, you're using up glue, it pulls away. It just took a little bit too much time. I hope I have, oh my gosh. Look, I have those upside down. Oh, stinking. Wait, here we go. Do I have all? No, that one's correct. That one's correct. They messed me up there, didn't they? Look at it. Look at it. It's coming off easily. Fantastic. Okay. Put it up the right way. So make sure you have it the correct way. Look at how many stamps we're going to get there. Okay, hole is there. One, two, three, four, five. Should we just do 6 and make sure we've got more than enough? Yeah, that's going to be perfect because that's going to give it some strength. So the next thing I do is this paper here was on the back, but it will fit in here if you cut it down to the size. And you see how it's got these indentations of where that was? So if you just cut in between those lines, you'll be able to slip them in there. So I'm going to glue a few more down, and then I will cut these on my paper trimmer, several layers to make it faster. So once again, I'm going to put you on hold for just a little bit. Well, I just realized that as I was doing this, I could just chit chat with you guys a little bit. So let me give you an update on the hospital. They had an employee meeting this week, and apparently we now have enough money to keep us open until May 1st. They have really tightened their belt, which, you know, they should have done it a long time ago. And I heard that we actually had a little bit extra money this last month because of tightening the belt. So I will be employed at least until the first part of May. Let's see. I just got back last night from work. I only did 2 shifts, 2 12-hour shifts this time because I'm going to be watching my grandchildren today. Their parents went on a ski trip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to Salt Lake. And so I'm watching the grandkids until they come back on Saturday. So that's going to be fun. It's always fun to kind of hang out with them, although they're getting to that age where they pretty much only come out of their rooms when they want something to eat. And then other than that, grandma is kind of ignored. Not like, you know, when they're toddlers and they want to be around you all the time and they're hanging out with you. And they used to want to craft with me, and now they don't want to craft with me. I did a video, oh gosh, it was several years ago. It was, I called it Crafting with Gavin. And we made Christmas bows out of paper. And he loved that. He actually sat on my lap. That was how tiny he was. And we did a video to get together. I'll try to link that if you guys want to see that. It's fun. It's fun. But anyway, so I'm going to be watching them. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh, well, I just recently made my reservations, my flight reservation to come back from Italy. I don't know if you guys remember, I'm actually going to be going to Italy the first part of May. I'm going to get to meet Rachel from Roxy Creations. And so I booked my flight coming back. I do have, and I did this on purpose. I kind of chose to do this. So I leave from Bologna, Italy, and then I go to Paris. And there was several options for layovers. And I picked the 5-hour layover in Paris because I thought, well, I don't know if I'll actually be able to leave the airport. Now see, even that's pretty good. I wouldn't maybe necessarily have to put a white piece of paper back there or this, you know, this, because I think I might be able to see that. So we shall see. But anyway, I thought to myself, yeah, I can spend 5 hours in Paris. Sure. Yeah, no problem at all. So I made those reservations. I still need to make my reservations to go to Gail Augustinelli's retreat. That is in July. And I have not, I can't remember if I told you, but I'm actually, this was a trip that was planned a couple of years ago to go to Singapore before I go to Italy. And so I have my flight from Phoenix to Singapore, but I don't have the flight yet from Singapore to Italy because it's kind of high in price. And so I'm just kind of, you know, watching the price, you know, can I get a little bit less? But I need to do that soon. And the fun thing, this is going to be fun. So I reached out to the gal, Lisa Maddock is the name of the gal that's organizing it. She lives in Australia, and she organized it with Rachel. And she recently sent out an email, you know, updating us on that trip. And I wrote back and said, because the trip is only like 5 days, and I don't want to spend all that money to fly to Italy for only 5 days. So I wanted to extend my trip and see if there were any gals that were going that would be willing to travel with me and kind of tour Italy a little bit. If I hadn't found anybody, I would have gone on my own and traveled. I'm very independent. I'm aware of my surroundings. I've traveled a lot in my lifetime and am quite comfortable with it. But 2 women, and I believe both of them are from Australia, have contacted me, and we are going to meet up, and we're going to go to San Marino. We might go to Florence one day. So we're going 5 days before the tour with Rachel and just kind of explore on our own. So that's what's going on with me with the travel vlog. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to continue with that and do these other pages, and I'll be back with you. So I put all the white papers in the little pockets so that when you put your stamps there, you can see them well. And I will just go through the book and do my browns, my reds, my purples, and then I will do a flip through at the end and show you how nice it turns out. Okay, so I finished putting everything in my little book. I have my browns, and then kind of a black color. I've got my reds. I have even more area to add some things on the other side. These are kind of my red, white, and blue, kind of some pinks there, my oranges, my greens, blues, purples. These are some stamps that are kind of faux stamps, but, you know, I thought they would be fun. Some floral ones. These are probably my most interesting ones. I found these at a bookstore in Gilroy, California. And look how it's Hitler, 1941 stamp. So, you know, not very pleasant, but maybe some history there. It is what it is. But anyway, I hope this helps you with a fun way and easy way to organize your stamps so that you will use them. And I will see you guys next Monday. Like I said, I will link in the description box the Japanese hole punch, the video with Gavin, and also these plastic little pockets, the postage stamp ones. You got a lot of them. So anyway, I will see you guys next Monday. Thanks for joining me. Bye.